It's March! Wow, the year is going so quickly. March is great, we get a little sun and there's at least one day we can go outside without a jumper on. Let's not get too hasty though, it's still too early to plant out most things, but there's still lots to do this month. Let's start with the best stuff, what to sow. Certain types of beetroot, broad bean and cabbage can go straight in the ground now and will survive a frost. All planted at 2 cm deep. Onion and shallot sets can go in the ground and aim to sow a handful every few weeks. This will prolong the harvest and you won't be overwhelmed or have to throw away any excess. If you cook with say 8 onions a fortnight, then sow 10 or so every couple of weeks. Some hardy leafy greens can be started too, for example Swiss chard, and you can sow both parsnips and turnips where they are to crop. You can thin them down over time, so don't worry about over sowing. If you have a greenhouse or a sunny and warm windowsill, you can get your tomato and chili seeds sown too. You can also start to chit your early potatoes to go in the ground by the end of the month. Pop them on an egg box in a dry, light location. Your kale should have survived any snow and continue to cut away and enjoy the small leaves. Mine are all done now, but if you have any leeks left, they should come out the ground now. Your spinach plants should now be bouncing back after the frosts, and if you planned ahead last year, you can also start harvesting your Swiss chard as you sow the next batch. I've also been told by the community that your sprouting broccoli should be ready. Harvest the heads before the flowers start forming. You don't want a messy garden to greet you when you're all prepared to get going in spring. Do a little tidying and sort your pots out. It's a good time to wash everything that you're hoping to use over the coming weeks. You'd be surprised how many slugs are hiding in there, and you're less likely to spread diseases between plants. If you got any flowers started from seed last year to go in the ground this year, they may need a little freshen up after so many months neglected. Cut away any dead leaves, remove any weeds or grasses starting to grow, redo the labels if you need to, and give them a good water. And that's what we can get started on in March. Check when your last frost is in your area before you sow out, just to stop you losing anything and becoming disheartened. I've put a link in the description to a tool which gives you a rough idea of this in your local area. The channel now has almost 500 subscribers and I'm over the moon with the lovely feedback I've received. Thank you to all of you. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do, and here are a few other videos that you may be interested in. Thank you, happy March and happy growing.